Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So in this video we're going to point out a few reasons why you should probably skip this device, and then some reasons why you might want to buy it. So I'm going to start with the reasons why you probably want to pass on this phone at the moment. One of the main things is the cameras. The cameras on this device just don't measure up to some of the other phones out there for a lot less. The cameras on here are good. And I don't have a problem with taking video and photos. It's just that when I match them up against other phones, man, I can see how these are not up to standards, which is going to lead me into my next reason why you probably should pass on this. But the cameras on here, I've tested them against several phones. No excuses can be made. At this current time of 2020, I would think that Samsung would be able to get the cameras right out of the gate. My Note 10 Plus is fantastic on the cameras. In this phone, I was expecting more. But when you have phones like the A71 and the A51 that are from Samsung that have great cameras, if not better, why would you get this? Which leads me into the next thing, which is price. The price on this is just a little too high. If you can get a good deal on one, like a trade-in or something like that, go for it. But even then, you're giving up something to get something that you could probably keep that's still good, or even better possibly. So I would tell you, the price is definitely a huge downside. Even if you do a trade-in, you're still, once again, you're giving up something good more than likely to get this phone, and I don't recommend it. I don't have very many cons for this, or reasons why you should pass on it. The cameras is a big thing to me, and obviously the price is going to be a big thing for everybody. So it's up to you to decide what you think is a reason why you probably would not want to buy this phone. Now, as reasons to buy this phone is the battery life. Man, oh man, the battery life is great on this thing. Somebody asked me, well, Jay, how are you getting 8 hours of screen on time? I barely get this, and this. Well, folks, remember, we're all different. We're all different, and we have our own way of using a device and applications that are synced. It's just too many things that goes into getting quote-unquote good battery. And I've been able to go every day without charging this thing, and the battery life is consistent. Like right now, I have 5.5 hours of screen on time, and a little bit of that carried over from yesterday, which carried over from the previous day. So I'm easily getting between 7 and 8.5 hours of screen on time easily, and I still have 35% left. This phone sips through the night. It doesn't do as bad on battery as I thought it was going to do because of the high resolution display. But the fact that I can get this great battery out of this thing, I'm totally surprised. Another thing is performance. The performance on here is just beautiful. My display should be set at 120 refresh rate. It's on 60 for some reason. But I keep the display, and it does have the Quad HD setting and everything. But I keep it at this 1080p with the 120 refresh rate because it's just so smooth, man. It's just so fluid. There's no way you cannot not see that. Its performance on here is fantastic. My day-to-day tasks, everything on here works perfectly fine. And that's another thing that leads me to the next reason I think you should probably consider this is the features and options. This has all the options of pretty much my Galaxy Note. It just doesn't have the S Pen. There's all these different options in here that I could possibly do, and not just the sidebar right there. It's got all the notes, the Samsung folder. It has everything in here that I could possibly get on any other Samsung device at this point. And I compare it to the Note because the Note is a device that I love so much, man, and it's hard to put it down. So features, options, software, Samsung got it right this time, man. It's pretty solid. Another reason why I think you should probably consider this is the screen. And I'll do these two together, screen and speakers and sound quality. Ultimately, this 6.7 inch display is just incredible. So I got a video loaded up here. Let me see if it'll load. It closed itself out. For some reason, YouTube closed itself. So let's get it back open here. And I'm going to load up a video. And I'm going to play the speakers. I got it set to 100 already. I'm just trying to find one on my other channel.
Balancing comfort and trying to save energy can be difficult. The T9 Smart Thermostat can help with its...
Now the microphone is facing me, so keep that in mind. These speakers are incredible. I mean, and the screen is gorgeous. And you do have the option to put things at 1440p. I really wish Samsung would bump up the display to 4K already. Sony's holding that crown right now, but the display and the speakers go hand in hand, and they are absolutely fantastic, both of them. Now, the design of this phone is subjective. I always put a skin on phones like this because they're so slippery, but the design of the phone is nice, man. It's got the 20:9 aspect ratio, and it's to be desired by today's standards because you want the biggest phone possible, the biggest screen size in your hand at the smallest form factor. And Samsung has done great at that, which will lead me into my next thing, reason why you probably should pick this up, you know, the design of this is sleek to me. It's really nice. But also there's 3 different versions you get to choose from. There's 3 versions, and I have the middle version. There's the smaller variant, which is still big because it has a 6.2-inch display. And then you've got this version at 6.7, and then the bigger version is 6.9. So Samsung has done great by offering 3 different options. And I can respect them for doing that. And one of the last things I want to talk about with this phone is the memory options and the card slot. A lot of phones today don't offer a card slot, and Samsung has continued to do that. I wish they would go ahead and keep the headphone jack, but I didn't put that as a reason not to buy it because most times you're getting free wireless. Well, they're not free, you're paying for them ultimately, but you're getting wireless headphones with your purchase, or you already have some. If you don't, you could jump on Amazon for like $10 now and get some wireless headphones and be on the move. But, you know, having a card slot and then a large memory option on top of that is a huge plus. So I wanted to point out some reasons why I think you probably should grab this and why you probably should not grab it. The 2 reasons I pointed out at the beginning of the video why you should probably not buy it, you might say the biggest one is the cameras, and someone else might say the biggest one is the price. Ultimately, they're one and the same. You know, if you don't have good cameras, you wasted the money, you know. And how much money do you want to spend on a phone just to get some good cameras when you can just buy an actual mirrorless camera or a DSLR? You decide. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will have another follow-up video on this coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.